Okay, so today's session is going to be a piece of a series that I'm doing. So what we want to talk about is how using your niche, you can really dominate whatever it is that you're doing, including network marketing. And this is a really novel concept, the idea of niche to people in the network marketing business. It has been for like 30 or 40 years because I've been in it for probably 30 years and have done 6 different companies and have gotten to the top of all of them, the top of the pay plan, usually always in the top 10 earners of the company, top recruiters. I mean, whatever I've kind of been there, done that. And I can tell you that the whole idea of the network marketing industry has been and still is, as far as I know, to tell people anyone can do it. So it doesn't really matter who you are, what your work habits are, what your experience is, what you are willing to do, whether you are, you're an alcoholic or whether you, stay up all night, whether you have work habits or don't have work habits. The whole pitch is anyone can do it. And that's really saying nothing. But you see, it sounds like, well, gosh, I ought to be able to do this. And so they tell you everyone can do this. And not only that, everyone is going to want your product and our business because everybody wants health and wealth. Everybody wants whatever it is we sell, we can talk about. Everybody wants to look good, have sexy lives, have beautiful lives, have lots of money, have the big mansion on the hill. And that sounds good enough to most people where they go, yeah, everybody wants that. And this is a marvelous product. I love it. So of course, everyone's going to love it. And I want to make more money. And this is a great way to learn how to make money. So everybody's going to want this. And then what happens is usually 3, 4, 5 weeks in, probably 70% of the people go, oh, I had no idea. And what happens is they quit. And they quit because the people that they thought would say yes didn't say yes. And because people they thought would buy didn't buy. And people that they thought for sure would do them a favor did not do them any favor at all and said, if you bring it up one more time, you are not going to get invited to our Christmas party this year. So they lose their place to go for Christmas dinner. And that's a very big change from what was promised and what is continually promised in every company meeting and event that I'm aware of, including all the Facebook groups, whatnot. It's just passed on that everyone can do this, everyone does this, everyone but you is actually doing this right now. Did you know that? You're the only failure. That's the way they make people feel, but this is not true. It's not true. Most of the people do not make money in this industry or any other industry. And one of the big reasons is this idea that they have kind of perpetuated that everybody's going to want what you have. This is not true. And I learned it my first time out. Man, I learned that like right away. I sponsored 25, 35 people into a water filter company in my first month or so. And then I decided I'd have a training for them because they wanted to know how to build a business and how to do all that stuff. Because they said, well, gosh, you sponsored 30 people and who came in at $5,000 in a month. So, and you made, I don't know what, 25, 30 grand. So we want to learn how to do that. So I said, great, I'll show you how to do it. Come on over and we'll have an event. And I forget, we had it at the San Francisco in one of the academies there, one of the universities. And of the 30, 35 people, about maybe seven or 10, as I recall, showed up. And I thought, well, where the rest of you guys? And it was like, well, we didn't have time to come to the training and blah, blah, blah. So I realized that I could not build a business where most people don't do anything. I'm not somebody who doesn't do anything, see? And I like to work with people who are like me. If we're going to do the thing, we're going to do the thing. And nobody backs down. That's the kind of people I like to surround myself with. And that's why I think probably I've gotten somewhere. And that means you can't promise the moon, you see. And I think I probably promised the moon and realized that everybody wants the moon, but nobody wants to get out the telescope or even buy one to see where it even is, right? So it's like, okay, great. I am going to figure out how to attract people that don't quit. That was my goal because I'm not a quitter. Why should I attract people who quit, right? So I decided I had a real estate business at the time. And I was a broker, and we had maybe 10 or 12 agents, and nobody had ever left my office. But we recruited them in a very specific way. So what I ended up doing is recruiting them by specifying who exactly I wanted and who I didn't want. And I did the same thing with my network marketing business. I ran ads in papers, that's what they had in those days, asking for certain people, only certain kinds of people. And my upline said, you're not going to get anybody. And I told her, well, fine. I don't want anybody if they don't meet these criteria, because they're going to drop out anyway. I don't want to be part of a business like that. So if nobody comes, I'm going to quit. And that's all. Because I want to work with people who do the thing they say they're going to do, see? And so she said, well, I'll go and try it. I say, yeah, believe me, I am. And we asked for resumes, even though it was clear it wasn't a job. And I think we got 400 or 500 resumes in 2 months. She about passed out. And her upline, who's the number one guy in the company today, even after 25, 30 years, he just about passed out. And that's how I began really working with the idea that I can help certain people. And those certain people, all of whom want something, but there are only some of them who will go the distance, and only some of them that I can help, because I have a unique way of working and doing and being. And some people totally love it, and other people go, oh my gosh, did you listen to this crazy woman? It's like, whatever, right? You're never going to get everybody. Remember, no matter who the star is, whether it's, what is it? I don't know who the big singers are today, but like Madonna, she's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. There's probably someone on this call who thinks, oh, she's awful. She doesn't care. She doesn't need you to love her, to have her success and, quite an interesting life. And that's how it is with everyone. Everyone who succeeds has some of the people who love them like crazy, and they support a huge, beautiful, wonderful lifestyle. And other people spend all their time carping about those people. We know that's why we like celebrity. Oh yeah, look how she put on 10 pounds, right? But she knows it. What is it, Kim Kardashian, right? I'm sure everyone who notices that she puts on an ounce spends weeks talking about it. But you see, it doesn't affect her life. It's that we all care. Well, I don't, but a lot of people care about that. And so she has a niche of people who follow her, millions of them. And when she says, I'm going to this event or I'm buying this product, there are 100 or 200,000 purchases. Why? Because she has a following. She has a niche. People that want what she has for whatever reason. And so what I want to show you here is something that I did that might help you understand how to get a niche. Because if you know that many people have said no, but you still believe in your product, see, you know that thing works, but they said no, and you're not really sure why they said no, I can help you so you get way more yeses. And that's really what this is about. And at the bottom of this page here, you'll see maxout.com talk. You see that there? All right, so it's maxout, maxout.com/talk. If you want to talk to someone on our team about how we can help you do this, we have quite a few options from $5.55 up to right around 10 grand. So there's something there, depending on where you are and where you want to go, that probably can help you take your next step. So feel free to book over there and see. All right, so let me show you how this works. The old version of life in network marketing, which is not what 95% of the people are still doing, by the way, if not more, is everyone will want this. Everyone should do this. Everyone's going to want this. Old, everyone. New, niche. This is what I'm suggesting to you. This is what I've done for a long time, but I've just kind of been in the closet and doing my businesses rather than talking about what I was doing or running any ads or doing anything like that. And I've decided to put some ads on YouTube out there, some of the videos. And now, it's becoming, people are realizing that this is an option if what you're doing is not working and you feel like it's you. So instead of thinking it's everyone, which is old, everyone will want this, everyone can do this, it's for everyone. What I'm suggesting is that the new way is to focus on your niche. Now, we all know everybody doesn't want what we have. You should know that by now. You've experienced it, and it's not because of you necessarily at all. It's number two here. People have a lot of options. We are one of dozens of options. Think about Amazon. Think about all the other reps in your company. Think about all the other network marketing companies. There are hundreds of them that market some version of weight loss, skincare, nutrition, energy, mindset, you name it. They're all there. So we're just an option people have. Remember, when you go to buy stuff, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to go to Amazon, or I'm going to go to, might be looking for a network marketing company. And people come to me all the time and say, hey, Kim, what's a really good company and who's a good sponsor? We want somebody who teaches what you do. And I'll say, well, what matters to you? What's most important to you first about a company that you're going to do and a product you want to do? And, what are you looking for in a sponsor? So I know who to match them up with. Because, there are sponsors who do different things. Some people help people a lot more than others. Others say fish or sink or swim, I guess. So we match people up with good people who have styles that the new person happens to want, or the person that's looking for a new company. So people have a lot of options, and we know that when we buy. We forget when we're sellers that people have options, see, because we're full of, are things the best? And no, you got to back away from that. That person has a lot of options. So you need to know that. That changes your approach, okay? So the question that we all have is, okay, how do I get somebody to choose me? Of all this mess out there, how do I get them to choose me? Isn't that it? Enter your niche, okay? Now, your niche are people that have a problem, who want to do something about it, and they're people that you can help, okay? So weight loss is a big niche, dating is a big niche, self-development, personal development, all that stuff, right? And within network marketing, we have, I help people feel better, and all these, basically people feeling better, having more energy, feeling less aged, looking younger, all that good stuff, right? So the people that are going to come to you, let me tell you who they are. The people that you're going to be able to sign up are people, the ones who choose you and your option are people who believe that you understand them and that you can help them. Is that clear? They have to believe, not you, they have to believe that you understand them and their issues and their little thises and that's, and that you can help them. That's the key. So it's not whether you think you can help them, it's whether they think you can help them. And that requires that they also believe that you understand them. And that means you're going to have to talk to them. You can't think that up on your couch or sitting in the bathroom on the toilet thinking, okay, well, what could it be? No, it's not that. You have to talk to the people that you think you can help, to learn about them so that you get to the place where you do understand them and they know that you can help them. And I don't mean this for all your clients, one by one by one. I mean, you do this for 50 of them to 100 of them so that you know who you can help. And then when you have your marketing down, this may take you a couple of months. So what? It beats having a couple of months more of no income where you have no idea what you're doing. And everybody's saying no, and you haven't got a clue, and you think something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't know your market. You haven't talked to them. It's not what we think, it's what they think, see? So, and this is going to be, number 3 here, a sub niche of people in a more general niche. I'm going to show you how I did that. All right, let's take a niche of network marketers who want to succeed. Okay, so that is a general niche that I am someone who helps people in that niche. Now, you all know there are many different trainers, probably a dozen right off. My friend Eric, and there's Ray, and there's Frazier, and there's, all kinds of different people that are out there doing stuff, right? And every one of them has clients, as do I. And we all have some people in this niche that have come to us or try us or work with us and love us the best, just like a toothpaste. There's all these different toothpastes and we only buy one kind. But if you go to the store, you see 50 different toothpaste brands, or 60 or 70. And we are one of those to somebody buying toothpaste. See? But all of them have a business. You see that? Everybody has a business. That's why they're on that shelf. So you're kind of like a toothpaste. I don't think of myself as competing with anyone. I'm so weird and strange. I don't think there's anyone who would say they're like me or better than me or whatever, because I don't do anything anyone else does. And that turns some people off and turns some people on. It doesn't matter to me. So long as I love on the ones who come to me for help and pay the freight. Those are the people I work with, in the same way that Apple helps people who buy their products, not people who hang around and don't buy anything and want to complain, right? So that's kind of how it works. All right, so many trainers, we all have some people. This is going to be the same for your niche. Let's say your niche is weight loss. There are many weight loss products and programs and coaches who charge 10 grand to help a person lose weight, or 12 or more, and products that go from $5 one a day to $10,000 a month. It's all out there. People buy different things. So in the case of network marketing, number 3 here, some people will say, well, I help network marketers and show you how to set up bots, or I help people do messaging, or I help people with email, or how to make a landing page, or show you how to automate this and that and the other, or I help people with duplication. You know, I don't know what all their messages are, but these are all different things that people help people with. They're mostly technique, which is never going to be enough. Your technique follows knowing who you can help and why you help them, and why you think about why you want to be the best person to help those people for as long as you are in that business, right? Because then you can use all kinds of techniques to find those people, right? But you don't start with the bot. That's not where it starts. The bot comes after you know who you can help, and they understand. They know that you understand them and that you can help them, okay? So let me show you how I figured out my sub niche for network marketing, my little piece of the pie that I reach out to. So I get almost nobody who says no. By the time we get people, everybody is longing to get on these calls with us and longing to get into some part of the program. That's the way we have set it up. You can do the same thing. It just takes work at the front end, you see? So over the years, I have talked to people, and today I talk to people every single day. You're here on the next 100 client group. What do you think we're doing? We're talking. You're telling me stuff, asking me questions, telling me by the topics that I put out, I want to hear about this, I want to hear about that. Sometimes I have a topic and I get 3 people. It's like, okay, nobody wants that. So why am I going to do it? So I wait until there's a big response. It's boom, this is what we want. Great, I'll show you how to do this. This is how it starts. Now, let me tell you something that's you may be surprised about. When I get people who say they're in the niche of network marketing and they're trying to grow their business, right? And very few people say that what they really want is to succeed in network marketing. They don't really say that, you know what I mean? So let me tell you what they say instead. They'll say things like, well, you know, let me tell you what's going on here. I don't want to accost everyone I meet. Okay, that's one very big thing. I don't want to hit on friends and family. I don't want to nag those people, right? They'll say that. This is their words to me. Or I don't want to make friends when I just really want to sell them. This big thing about relationship marketing, it's almost fraudulent. In fact, I will say that it is fraudulent. Friendships from the history of humankind, and even in the animal world, has never been to have a secret agenda to sell anybody something. Money cheapens it all. People do things for each other when they care about each other for nothing. And in fact, if you ask, can I pay you for this? They feel insulted. We're doing this because we're pals, okay? So it's the idea that you should start a relationship and pretend you care about the person so that you can sell them. I have heard about that for, well, as long as I've been in it. I would never, ever do it. Why? It takes way too long. You know how long it takes to make a friendship? Why do you think people have 5 friends, maybe 10 on average, right? It takes a lot of work. And most friendships are, well, you know, some of them are great, but a lot of them are really a pain in the butt. If the other person is always calling to complain, or they always need a handout or a loan, or they help moving their couch, or I don't know, whatever people want, these are not fun things. You know, they're always crying on your shoulder. I mean, it can pain friends. The wrong friends can be a real pain, right? But if you want to spend time and make friends and ask about the husbands and the hemorrhoids and the kids and this and that, just so that you can really say, hey, you know, you want to come to one of my events, it's not honorable, and people know it, particularly the women, because the other person is not aware of the agenda. until later. And then, of course, how do you think they feel? Oh, so that's all you wanted? Oh, okay. And you've really hurt somebody else, you see, with that idea that you should make this friendship. So it's dishonest, number one. If you're not upfront about the fact that you're making, that you want to reach out because you're in a business and you thought you have a product they might like to know about, right? That's very different. But people don't do that. They make all these, oh, how are you? And, oh, you live in New York. Oh, yeah, I really love New York and all this stuff. Really just to get to, you want to look at my business? Are you open to making money? That's, I just find it beneath human dignity to do that. You don't need to do that. There are so much better ways, okay? Other thing is it takes a really long time. You cannot scale making friends. And third, if you look at how you spend your own money, how many people have you bought from, say at Amazon? Do you know Jeff Bezos? Did you buy stuff at Amazon because you know Jeff Bezos and he said, hey, how are your hemorrhoids? Or how's your wife or your husband? Did you ever know Steve Jobs? Do you really know anybody that you buy anything from except maybe the people, 5 or 6 of them in network marketing? People don't buy if they really want help. They don't buy because you're friends. No, they buy because they think you can help. Do you want the best eye doctor for your kid when your kid is going to be going blind? Or do you want the one who is the very best doctor and you never heard of him? And he might not even have a friendly bedside manner. Which one are you going to hire and pay more to for your kid? The one you're going to find the doctor that you're friends with? That's the way you're going to choose? Or you're going to find the best one in the world who's the most highly skilled, most practiced, with a line out the door? You tell me who you want. When you want real help, you're going to be looking for people who are most likely to be able to give it first, more than whether or not they're friends. So enter your niche. People say things like, they don't tell me, oh, I want to succeed. They'll say, I don't want to accost people. I don't want to hit on friends. I don't want to make friends. Okay, just when I want to sell them. Now, get this. I talk to them every day, right? And like I said, I have an extra slide here. Is what they say instead of I want to succeed or I want to lose weight or what have you. I don't want to accost. I don't want to hit on friends and family. I don't want to make friends. I want the right people to come to me. Now, notice 4 of these things are things they don't want to do. Now, if you think about your niche, let's say you're generally in the weight loss niche, what are 4 things that you know that your clients, your prospective customers do not want to do in order to lose weight? Well, if you don't know, you have to go talk to them and ask them. This is called market research. And when you start doing this and you learn to do this for a couple, 2-3 months, you will have a giant business when you're done because you're going to know exactly what the problems are. Let me show you how you do this. And I want the right people to come to me. And of course, people know about this because that's what I've been doing for almost 30 years, okay? So let me show you how this works. So we're now going to create your I help statement so that you are clear about who you help, because it's not everyone. We've got this part figured out, I think. So you use what you learn from the people, okay? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to learn what you're going to use, what you learn from them. So here's my first one. I help struggling network marketers. Now, I have many phrases right here, struggling network marketers. But struggling network marketers defines somebody who is in the network marketing industry, right? And they are struggling. That means they're in it and they're active and they haven't retired and they haven't given up yet. So someone will identify with that, probably some of you that are on this call. You're in the business, you're struggling. That means you're active and you're trying and you're not quite making it work the way you want. So I help this group grow their business, right? Because that's what we want to do, get more clients, get more customers, more recruits, whatever, right? Notice without having to accost everyone they know. Now, have we done this? People tell me, I don't want to accost people. Or I help struggling network marketers grow their business without having to pretend friend people when I just want them to buy. Okay, so this is an example of how I might write a post and say, if you're a struggling network marketer, and you want to grow your business and you want to do it without having to accost everyone you know, and I might put this in the next group, comment, no more accosting, and I'll do a live on it. No more accosting everyone you know. You see? What will happen is some of you will say, make a comment that says, no more accosting everyone I know. And if I get like 5 or 6 people who say that, then I'll make a little live to say, okay, how you can grow your business without accosting everyone you know. Why? Because that's what you said you wanted. That's what you don't want to do. Okay. Now the other, or without having to pretend, how do I build my business without having to pretend friend people when I really just want them to buy? What do I do instead? Huh? So I might say, if you want to know how to do that and you want a live on it, or you like a PDF on it, comment this thing. And then I get a reading from you about, not do you want to lose weight, not do you want to succeed in network marketing. That's the general niche, you see. So I have found a specific problem that I've gotten from you and me since I've built 6 of these things. And I've never done that. And many of you have done it and you've paid the price. What do you call it? NFL, right? No friends left. Who wants that? That's not what friends are for. And there, people are going to tell you, well, your friends are going to support you. Well, yeah, but that doesn't build a business. If you want hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of customers, the key thing is, who can you help with what, where they know that you can really help them because you understand their problems. Why? Because you talk to them, you know them, you hang out in the forums, you hang out in the Facebook groups, you go to events where they are. Of course, these days it all has to be online, and it has to be like we're doing right here. But you can do it. We are doing it right here, right? So it can be totally done, and you get this information, and then you start posting about who you can help, where you've got information about what they say they want or don't want to do to achieve the outcome, right? And you just talk to people, record it, get the information. And for people who say, well, what if they're going to ask, record it? What you want to do is check your brain that tells you how you can't at the door. Because if your brain, if you allow it to say, well, somebody, do we have to tell them we're going to record it? And you get all your underwear in a bunch about that, you never will call anybody. Get over it. Stop letting your mind interfere with your ability to succeed. Because this is all old stuff, that comes up. And we can all sit all day, well, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, then don't build a business. Don't complain about the fact that you can't build it, because you won't do what is required. If you have an issue with recording, figure out how to get over it and tell whoever that you're doing what you're doing and why you're doing it. Every service call, if you tell your brain, well, every time we have a service call, I call Apple or I call, I don't know, whoever you call, this call is being recorded. Why? For training purposes. Why are you recording? For training purposes. Who are you training? You. You got it? That's the same. It's all the same. Don't make a big thing out of it. Just do it. Do the thing, get the power. That's how you get it. All right, so let me tell you how this worked. For the market research, if you want and hope to sell them, you got to ask them what their problems are around the thing that they want. So when I ask, what are your problems around growing your business? Well, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I want to know how to do it like this. I don't want to duplicate my upline. I don't like who they are and what they are, and they're a nice person, but I don't want to be like that. I want some other way. This is how you discover, right? And you ask, what do they not want to do to get what they want? So you're in weight loss or skincare, it's not working. What do you not want to do? Well, I don't want to do, these things that are, masks. That's not my niche, right? But you talk to the people who want the beautiful skin. And what do they want to do? What do they don't want to do? Why have they not been able to achieve what they want? And you sit with them, even if you have to talk to 30 people one-on-one over the phone. Get the information so that you know who they are, right? That's really what you want. And in my business, one of the big things that you want to do with your market is think about what you have and see, does it qualify to be able to say this? Here, the last one. What are they missing out on that would move their business ahead really fast? Like I could write a post and say, there's one thing that I suspect that all of you are missing out on to grow your business really fast. If I, could tell you in 5 minutes what that is, would you want to know what one thing you're probably missing out on? that would totally take your business from 3 months to get to 10 customers to 10 days? Probably you'd say yes. What's the missing thing? Let me hear that. And I would tell you. And then you would tell me by your vote to 10, 20, 30 people, like, oh my gosh, all these people want to know what that secret thing is that they're missing out on, because I happen to know I have it. You have to be able to deliver the goods, see? Not just that your company says it's what it is, but that you know this and you have discovered this firsthand, right? By using it yourself. So what are they missing out on? So probably 10 or 20 of you would say, or maybe 30 or 50. Yeah, I want to know what is that thing you're missing out on? That would save me going 90 days to get 10 customers to 10 days to get 10 customers. And I will tell you, it's something called a secret weapon. It's an automated mechanism to pre-qualify everybody you talk to along every dimension that matters. How long they want to take it, whether they want to be on auto ship, all those things that we know make our world crazy. And people say no. So if you had that, you could run it, give it to 5, 10, 15 people a week, and 3 or 4 would pass, and you would talk only to them. So then you talk to 10 people and you're likely to get 5 or 6 signed up. If you don't use the secret weapon, where everybody's totally unqualified because you're doing the everyone approach, which is basically rejection marketing at its finest, you're going to talk to 100 people and get 1 maybe, and be emotionally dead. So you decide what you want. You see, I know from my market, nobody wants to take 20 years to make 10 grand a month if they can do it in 2 years. See, these are things that we know because we talk to people. In fact, I have a video called 5 Shifts, and there's a piece of it called The Secret Weapon. And this is a video that I have online on YouTube, and it has had, these videos have had hundreds of thousands of views. And one of the pages in the video for The Secret Weapon does nothing but list the things that we say you will never have to do again if you learn how to market in the ways that I'm talking about here. And it's one slide, and I'll just give it to you so you can see it. The old way, they tell you all you need is make your list of 100, call everybody to share the business. Just share with friends and family. Get your sponsor on for 3 ways. Boy, share the product or biz with everyone you meet. Show the company video. Use the company propaganda. Chase down everybody who said maybe. Hit the coffee shops and restaurants. Share the biz. Of course, you can't do that as much now, but that's common for 30 years. Go for no's. Boy, I would. That's just, again, it's if you want to hit your head against the wall over and over, and that makes you feel like I don't know, Samson from Samson, well, whatever. Do it. I am way too sensitive for no. I got hit with the wrong no at the wrong time at a very early age, and I swore to myself I would live my life so that I would never, and no would never bother me because I'd always be independent in every way that I could be independent, starting with income, right? Develop relationships so you can sell them. So this whole thing here with this page is telling people this is what you will not have to do ever again if you learn how to market in a different way, the way I've done it for all these years, you see? All right, so that's really what I wanted to show you. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right, I think I'm good. We're good? Okay, guys, thank you. And remember, if you're interested in talking to someone, see if we can help you do some of this stuff. If this is up your alley, if you really want to make it in a business like this, hit the maxout.com/talk, and you'll get to talk to one of our folks who is experienced in the business and in the brambles that can help you say, okay, this is maybe what you want to do. Consider this, consider that. Believe me, we have a lot of options, including outsourcing you to other sources. Okay? All right. See ya.